Sustainable fashion and wardrobe curation present a revolutionary approach to how we view and interact with clothing. At its core, sustainable fashion emphasizes environmentally friendly practices in the production, distribution, and consumption of clothing. It advocates for materials and processes that minimally impact the planet, promoting a reduction in waste, utilization of recycled materials, and ensuring fair labor practices within the fashion industry. Wardrobe curation, on the other hand, involves mindfully selecting and maintaining a collection of clothing that reflects one's personal style while being conscious of sustainability. Together, these concepts empower individuals to build a wardrobe they love that is kind to both people and the planet. The significance of understanding sustainable fashion and wardrobe curation lies in its potential to transform consumer habits and reduce the environmental footprint of the fashion industry, which is notoriously one of the world's largest polluters. Embracing this approach allows individuals to make thoughtful choices that not only benefit the environment but also contribute to a more ethical fashion industry. Two compelling examples highlight the practicality of this concept. First, the growing popularity of brands like Patagonia demonstrates how companies can thrive by prioritizing sustainable materials and ethical labor conditions. Patagonia's commitment to transparency in their supply chain and their innovative use of recycled fabrics set a standard for responsible production. Secondly, the rise of second-hand fashion platforms like Depop and ThreadUp showcases how consumers are embracing pre-loved items as a stylish and sustainable choice, reducing the demand for fast fashion and extending the life cycle of existing garments. Support for sustainable fashion is evident among both consumers and experts who argue that investing in high-quality, durable clothing results in fewer purchases over time, reducing waste and ultimately saving money. Additionally, the aesthetic appeal of a curated wardrobe, which often focuses on versatile, timeless pieces, offers practical benefits for day-to-day dressing and personal expression. However, this movement faces challenges. The higher upfront cost of sustainably produced garments can be prohibitive for some consumers. Moreover, sustainable fashion's potential exclusivity raises concerns about accessibility. Critics also question the true transparency of some brands' claims of sustainability, suggesting a need for more rigorous standards and certifications. Despite these challenges, the integration of sustainable practices in wardrobe curation has a profound influence on other aspects of fashion, from design and marketing to consumer behavior and global trade ethics. This holistic approach not only aligns personal aesthetics with ecological mindfulness, but also pioneers a movement towards a more responsible and intentional fashion future. Understanding the principles of sustainable fashion is fundamental to curating a wardrobe that aligns with eco-conscious values. At its core, sustainable fashion refers to a movement and process of fostering change in fashion products and the fashion system towards greater ecological integrity and social justice. This concept emphasizes reducing the adverse environmental influence of fashion, ensuring fair treatment of workers, and adopting practices that promote sustainability within the fashion industry. The significance of understanding sustainable fashion principles is crucial in curating a wardrobe you genuinely love, because it aligns personal values with consumption patterns. By choosing sustainable fashion, individuals can express personal style while also contributing positively to the environment and society. This alignment not only enhances the individual's satisfaction with their wardrobe, but also supports a larger movement towards ethical consumerism and environmental stewardship. One real-world application of sustainable fashion is the adoption of slow fashion principles, where consumers focus on quality over quantity. This might involve investing in timeless, durable pieces rather than following fast fashion trends that promote frequent buying and disposal. Another example can be seen in the rise of thrift shopping and clothing swaps, which prolong the life cycle of garments and reduce the demand for new production. Thrift shopping not only saves resources, but also offers unique and personalized fashion choices. Supporting sustainable fashion often involves rethinking consumption habits, and proponents argue it offers numerous benefits, including reduced carbon footprints and supporting ethical labor practices. Designers and brands across the globe are embracing these principles, recognizing consumer demand for responsibility and transparency. However, there are challenges and controversies surrounding sustainable fashion. Some critics point to the accessibility and affordability of sustainable options, which may not be feasible for everyone. Moreover, greenwashing, where brands falsely portray their products as environmentally friendly, can mislead consumers and undermine genuine sustainability efforts. Understanding sustainable fashion principles also influences other aspects of curating an eco-conscious wardrobe, such as prioritizing natural fibers, understanding garment care to extend longevity, and supporting brands that prioritize ethical and sustainable practices. This approach not only involves the immediate act of purchasing, but also encourages a life cycle perspective on clothing ownership, creating a holistic view of fashion's impact. By appreciating these principles, individuals are empowered to make informed decisions that resonate with environmental and ethical values, ultimately leading to a wardrobe that brings joy, confidence, and a sense of positive impact. Building a conscious and minimalist wardrobe is about thoughtfully curating a collection of clothing that reflects personal style while prioritizing ethical and sustainable practices. This concept involves selecting fewer, higher quality pieces that you genuinely love and that support environmentally friendly production methods. The focus is not on quantity, but on purpose and mindfulness, ensuring each item is versatile, durable, and can serve multiple functions across different settings. In the context of curating a wardrobe, this approach reduces excess and promotes a deeper appreciation for each garment's value, ultimately fostering a more sustainable lifestyle. The importance of this point is paramount in the broader discussion of the sustainable fashion. A minimalist wardrobe limits consumerism, thereby decreasing demand on the fashion industry's resources and energy. By being more deliberate about their purchases, individuals contribute to reducing carbon emissions, waste, and pollution associated with fast fashion practices. Moreover, it champions a shift from fleeting fashion trends to timeless, classic styles that have longevity. Two examples illustrate the application of this philosophy. First, capsule wardrobes are gaining popularity, where individuals create a small collection of essential items that can be mixed and matched to create a variety of outfits. This not only simplifies daily decision-making, but also demonstrates that less can indeed be more. Another example is the trend towards buying second-hand or vintage clothing. Thrift shopping and platform-based resale markets like ThredUp or Depop extend the life cycle of garments, providing a sustainable alternative to purchasing new. Supporters of minimalist wardrobes emphasize the freedom and clarity that come from owning less, arguing that it allows individuals to focus on items that truly resonate with them. However, some challenges exist, such as the initial financial investment required for high-quality pieces, which can deter some consumers. Additionally, critiques argue that this approach might not fully address economic disparities where access to resources varies. Despite these challenges, this concept is intrinsically linked to other aspects of sustainable fashion, such as ethical sourcing, reducing waste, and promoting conscientious consumer behavior. By embracing a minimalist approach, individuals can significantly influence the fashion industry's trajectory towards more sustainable practices. Ultimately, building a conscious and minimalist wardrobe fosters a more meaningful relationship with clothing, encouraging consumers to value what they own and shape their identities sustainably. Selecting quality over quantity is the conscious decision to prioritize the purchase of fewer, high-quality garments over numerous, less durable ones. This approach emphasizes investing in well-crafted items that offer longevity, classic appeal, and superior materials. This mindset aligns perfectly with sustainable fashion principles, aiming to reduce waste and environmental impact by curtailing the demand for fast fashion and its oftentimes unethical, resource-heavy production processes. The significance of opting for quality over quantity in curating a wardrobe lies in its profound impact on sustainability. By choosing fewer, better-made pieces, you inherently support practices that value skilled craftsmanship and sustainable materials, ultimately fostering a fashion ecosystem that is less exploitative and more mindful of its ecological footprint. This approach also encourages consumers to develop a personal style defined by timelessness rather than fleeting trends, fostering a deeper appreciation for each item owned and enhancing wardrobe longevity. Several real-world applications underscore this concept. Consider the decision to purchase a classic wool coat from a brand known for transparency in sourcing and manufacturing over a trendy, cheaply made jacket from a fast fashion retailer. The coat not only withstands the test of time in wear and style, but also supports a more ethical chain of production. Another example is choosing handmade leather boots crafted by a local artisan instead of synthetic, mass-produced footwear. These boots, though a higher initial investment, promise durability and unique character that mass-produced items lack. Supporters of this mindful purchasing philosophy argue that quality investments in clothing often lead to greater personal satisfaction and overall cost-effectiveness in the long run. Personal style influencer Courtney Carver and sustainable fashion advocate Elizabeth Klein both champion this approach as a way to empower consumers to make more deliberate, impactful fashion choices. However, challenges to this approach do exist. The upfront cost of high-quality garments can be prohibitive, creating accessibility issues. Moreover, there's a potential loss of novelty or excitement that some individuals derive from frequent purchases and trend chasing. Critics might argue that focusing solely on quality could neglect the fun, expressive aspects of fashion that frequent diverse purchases can provide. This point connects intimately with other sustainable fashion strategies like supporting ethical brands, considering the life cycle of clothing, and minimizing waste. By prioritizing quality, individuals not only enhance the sustainability of their own wardrobes, but also contribute to broader environmental and ethical shifts within the fashion industry, making quality over quantity both a personal and global statement.